Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video from my channel Interactive Education for free education throughout the world, from a student to the student for a better experience. And today we're going to discuss a very important topic from biology, that is cell cycle and cell division. A fundamental topic in biology, cell cycle and cell division. This is a very important topic and is essential for any kind of biological cellular research. But before we move on to the topic, let's just revise a few things we've learned before. The first thing is that, what do we mean by a cell? What is the meaning of the word cell? As we've learned in our earlier classes, the cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Structural and functional unit of life. It is that unit of life which is responsible for the structure and all the functions of the human body. A cell is the fundamental unit of life and is responsible for the maintenance of life. Now, the cell was basically discovered by Robert Hooke in the 19th century, or to be specific, 1886. And the cell theory was given by two scientists, Schleiden and Schwann. Schleiden and Schwann gave the cell theory with two main points. The first point was that the cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Functional unit of life. Right? That's what he said, or they said. And the second point of the cell theory was that all living organisms are composed of cells. Right? So these were the two main points in the cell theory given by Schleiden and Schwann. But later on, another biologist, Perquinier, gave another concept to the cell theory, and he stated in his language, omnis cellula e cellula. He stated that omnis cellula e cellula, which meant that all cells, omnis means each, or cellula means cell, all cells arise from pre-existing cells. All cells arise from pre-existing cells. So he stated that every cell in the human body or in any body arises from a pre-existing cell, a cell which already exists. And he thus gave the concept of cell division. So basically, this theory, or this part of the cell theory, was a concept of cell division. So Perquinier was a scientist who actually laid down one of the foundations for cell division. But obviously this was just a foundation, and then we studied cell division further. And Before we move on more with cell division, there's another important concept one should understand. We know that we have a cell, and every cell in this body, regardless of what type of cell it is, regardless what cell it is, whether it's plant, animal, prokaryote, whatever, prokaryote also have something like this, but they have a so every cell has a nucleus. However, the prokaryotes have something called a nucleoid. But in general, they too have their genetic material in that. But in general, every eukaryotic cell has a nucleus. This nucleus contains the genetic material of the organism. And the nucleus further contains a standalone cell, or a cell which is alone independent, contains various thread-like wounded structures in its nucleus called the chromatin material. The chromatin material. Right, so every cell has a chromatin material, a standalone cell. And when the cell is dividing, so during the process of division, this cell's chromatin condenses to form some thread-like structures, so something like that. If you see more clearly, you will get a better diagram. I'll make it again. So basically, after some kind of, so you have something like this, and these thread-like structures which are bound together are called chromosomes. Okay, they are called chromosomes. These chromosomes basically are the genetic material, and in these chromosomes you have particular proteins. These proteins are called histones. So you have, somewhat this kind of protein. So they are bound with a particular, bond kind of thing. And these proteins present in the chromosome are called histones. Okay, histone proteins. Now, these histone proteins are basically a coiling of what we call our favorite, what everyone knows, even if you're a biology student or not. That is, you have the basic things called the DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. So basically, histones are just a coiling up of the DNA structure, or the DNA, right? So this is what, oh gosh, why does this always happen? It needs to stop happening. I'm very, very sorry. I don't know why this sometimes happens with my stylus, but anyway. So this is what is the basic, schematic representation of the division of genetic material. So genetic material. So this diagram basically represents the genetic material in the nucleus of the cell. But you might be wondering, what does this have to do with cell division? Well, it has something a lot to do with the types of cell division. So we just have had a look at these things. Now, one thing to note is every general cell, and when I say general cell, I mean all cells other than the sex cells or the gametes. So this is all cells other than gametes. So these are all the cells other than the sex cells or the gametes. Basically, the general cell has 23 pairs of chromosomes. Every general cell has 23 pairs of chromosomes, other than the sex cells or the gametes. But a gamete, that is a sex cell, has only 23 chromosomes. And what we mean here is that there is no pair of chromosomes, only 23 chromosomes. So we basically refer to the chromosomes in a general cell nucleus as 2n. We say that it has 2n chromosomes, right? Basically, this means that 2n is equal to 46. That a cell basically contains 46 chromosomes. 2n, basically, n is the number of pairs. So 2 into number of pairs gives us the exact number of chromosomes. That means n is equal to 23. Right? This is the basic thing. So it basically has 2n chromosomes in its nucleus. Whereas a gamete has only n chromosomes in its nucleus. That is equal to 23. This is what we mean by the 2n and n term. And we're going to use this term very often now. So it's better that you understand it. Now, let's move on to our basic actual topic. That is cell division. Now, after Purkinje's cell theory, addition to the cell theory, scientists studied this phenomenon of the division of cell even further, and they found out the methods involved in the cell division process. Scientists discovered that there are basically two methods of cell division, two general methods of cell division. The first method, which is the most common method, is the method of mitosis or mitotic cell division. And cell division of the second type or second method of cell division was the method of meiosis, that is meiotic cell division. Now, basically, this is mitotic cell division and this is meiotic cell division. In the process of mitosis, we basically have a parent cell. So the cell which divides is called the parent cell. And we have a parent cell with a nucleus. This parent cell undergoes cell division. Right? During the cell division process, it breaks down or it divides into two daughter cells. But what is so special about that, one might ask? The thing is that the parent cell has 2n chromosomes. Obviously, we have studied that every cell, general cell, has 2n chromosomes. And here we're talking about a general cell only. So every cell has 2n chromosomes. So the parent cell in this case has 2n chromosomes. And the two cells shall again have 2n chromosomes each. Again have 2n chromosomes each. There is no change in the overall chromosomes. This is 2n, and the products or the daughter cells again have 2n chromosomes themselves. So basic thing understood here is that the chromosome number does not change. The product and the parent have equal number of chromosomes, that is 2n. Now, this mitosis process mainly takes place in the normal cells of the body. Right? They are mainly taking place in the normal cells of the body, the cells which are not the sex cells of the body. Right? So this is what we call the mitosis cell division process. Now, the meiosis cell division process, which is a less common form of cell division. In this, again, we have a parent cell. So we have a parent cell right here. And here we have two daughter cells, right, just being produced. I'll have to change the color here. So basically, this parent cell again divides into two daughter cells, right? So it's dividing into two daughter cells. But what's so special about it? the speciality of this is that the parent cell has 2 N chromosomes, no doubt. But the daughter cells have only N chromosomes each. Right? We have only N chromosomes each in every daughter cell. So this is a daughter cell, this is a daughter cell. Both have only N chromosomes each. And such kind of division where the 2N chromosomes breaks down to give N chromosomes each for the daughter cell is called the meiosis cell division. And this meiosis cell division basically takes place in the gametes or sex cells of the body. It does not take place in the general cells of the body. And a very good example is the sperm and the ovum. You know that. So suppose you have a sperm. This sperm cell basically has 23 chromosomes in its cell, right? In its nucleus. Only has 23 chromosomes, and as we know, it's a sex cell, it's a gamete. It does not have 23 pairs, it has 23 chromosomes. And the ovum again ovum also has 23 chromosomes. And we know again why? Because it's again a sex cell. So all the chromosomes which have 23 chromosomes, all the cells which have 23 chromosomes each, or 23 chromosomes in their nucleus only, are called haploid cells. Right? And those which have a proper number of chromosomes, like a general cell, which has 23 pairs of chromosomes, they are called diploid cells. So from this, you can generate one understanding. In the process of mitosis, we get 2 diploid cells. But in the process of meiosis, we get 2 haploid cells. That's it, over. So this is the process of cell division and its 2 kinds, mitosis and meiosis. Very, very important from biological point of view, right? So this is the process of cell division and the 2 kinds of cell division and how they go about. And with this, we conclude this session on the cell division process. This was going to discuss cell division. In the next video, we are going to look at the cell cycle, which is closely related to cell division. So before looking at this video, before looking at that video, I suggest that you understand this video really well, go through cell division, understand its process, understand the procedure, and I'll see you again in the next video. Stay healthy, stay smart, stay studious, and do take very good care of yourself. Any suggestions and comments are welcome in the comment section below, and please hit the like button for support to this channel. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye, stay healthy, stay studious.